Hello, this is Patrick Haggerty again, owner of the Big Patty YouTube channel. And for those of you who want to talk about what's going on, it's just enter the chat. And also, subscribe to my channel if you have not yet. And same thing for commenting on my videos, sharing my videos, and giving likes on my videos. And I'll be announcing 5 innings tonight for the Phillies on this channel, starting at the top of the second in Atlanta for the second game of this 4-game series and the second game of the 7-game road trip, which will end with a 3-game series against the Mets in New York. Now the top of the second inning is about to get underway. Gibson threw a lot of pitches about it first, but only faced 4 hitters and kept the game scoreless, straining Ronald Acuna on second, who led off the bottom of the first with a single. And the Phillies went down 1-2-3 in their half of the first. And Nick Castellanos is going to lead it off against Max Fried, who's starting for Atlanta tonight. Castellanos getting ready to face Fried to lead off the second. Darno gives out the sign. Now Fried delivers low and in the dirt. Ball 1. And the count is 1-0 to Castellanos on a curveball. Hitting .256 with a .320 on base, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs coming into this game. Here's the pitch. Outside, and another curveball to make it 2-0 to Castellanos. Castellanos will get something started here for the Phillies. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Here's a routine ground to the third over the first in time for the out. Fried only threw 9 pitches in the top of the first, and that was only 3 pitches against Castellanos. So that's 12 pitches heading into this next hitter the Phillies have coming up against Fried. And Gene Segura is up. Schwarber on deck. Segura steps in. Waits for the pitch. Here it is. In there on the edge for a strike. 0-1. So far, Gene Segura hitting .357 here in the month of May. That's third best in the National League for this month through 19 games with 12 RBIs, 4 home runs. Here's the 0-1 to Segura, just inside for a ball, and that count evens the count at 1-1. Segura digging in with the count even. Fried gets his sign and comes set. Delivers the 1-1. Foul to the screen, and Segura just missed it, but wasn't fooled on that pitch. Segura looking to try to battle this off against Max Fried. Segura back in the box. Fried looks in. Delivers the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a broken bat, ground ball third, off the glove of Riley. Oh, and Segura's going to reach first easily. And that's either an infield single or an E5 to allow Segura on base. Man, that bat really shattered. A lot of the barrel came off. It got past Swanson. And that's a single. So now it's a 5-game hit streak for Segura. Now Schwarber will dig in with runner on first with only 1 out in the Phillies half of the second. Here's the pitch. Just off on the top of the strike zone to make it 0-1 to Schwarber, hitting .200 so far this year. But currently looking to bounce back. He has 10 home runs, 22 RBIs, with .312 on base. Fried looks in for the sign. The pitch. Swing and a line drive and a base hit. And Segura will get to third. Acuna with the throw to second. And Schwarber will stay on first as the Phillies, for the single, as the Phillies now have runners at the corners with only one out. With J.T. Realmuto coming to the plate. That was a really solid piece of hitting there by Kyle Schwarber. Now Realmuto steps in, looking to bring Segura home from third. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1 on a 75-mile-an-hour curveball that just caught the outside corner. High and away. Fried looks in. Delivers the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that makes it an 0-2 count. Realmuto hitting .232 to start the year, but has a 303 on base, 341, but 341 slugging, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. Fried comes set and delivers the 0-2 pitch. Outside, low and away for a ball, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to JT, who currently, and the Phillies have scored 2 of 4 times with the runner on third, less than 2 out. 50%, just 6.5% below the league average right now. Infield set. The 1-2 pitch, high, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Realmuto's still hoping to bring Segura home from third after Schwarber singled Segura over to third. Following, actually, never mind. Here we go. The 2-2 pitch coming. Here it comes. Swinging a fly ball to center field. Hopefully, it should be deep enough to score. Might not that deep, but Segura is sent home, and the throw just gets by him, and Segura scores on a sac fly by Realmuto to give the Phillies a 1-0 lead. Schwarber advanced to second on the throw. And that'll bring up Johan Camargo, who will look to add a little insurance here in the top of the second with 2 out and Schwarber on second. Now Camargo steps in, hoping to bring home Schwarber from second with 2 out. Hitting .260 on the year so far. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-0 on a 73-mile-an-hour curveball. That's the 24th pitch thrown for Fried already this game. Fried looks in for the sign. Now he's got it. The 1-0 pitch. Low for another ball. 2-0. That was in the dirt, and that was another curveball thrown against Johan Camargo. Roman Quinn on deck. Now Fried again looks in. Camargo still looking to bring Schwarber home from second with 2 out to give Phillies a little insurance. Now the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball to short, and the throw is going to be in time to end the inning. So the Phillies strand a runner on second, but have a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the second, where Matt Olson will lead off, followed by Ozzie Albies and Austin Riley when we come back. Now the top of the second, the bottom of the second, I should say, is about to get underway. George Girardi interacted with a couple of the Braves coaches before the game today. Here's the pitch to Olson. And strike one on Olson. Matt Olson hitting .244 to start the year with a .364 on base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Foul away, and the count is now 0-2 to Olson. Now Gibson will look to set down Olson here. As he gets his sign and comes set. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Olson from Gibson. Low in the dirt. And that makes it and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Olson. Olson hit .293 in the month of April, but hitting only .189 this month. Muto gives out the sign, and now the 1-2 pitch from Gibson. Grounded foul, and the count again remains at 1-2. Gibson looking in. Has his sign and comes set. Delivers. Got him looking for the first out. And Matt Olson will head back to the dugout with Albies coming up. Here at the base empty with only 1 out. Give a pretty good pitch at the top of the zone. Gibson back on the rubber. Getting ready to face Albies. Now the pitch. Grounded past the big hole in the shift as Albies beats the shift to single to get on first. And that's a 7-game hit streak for Ozzy Albies. That's the second hit allowed by Gibson here in the bottom of the second. The other one came in the bottom of first with a leadoff single by Acuna. Now, Austin Riley steps in. Riley's a dangerous hitter. Riley has good power. Gibson comes set. Delivers. In there, on the edge for a strike. Going 1 to Austin Riley. Gibson looks in for the sign, shakes out the sign, checks Albies at first. The pickoff, the throw to first, not in time, as Albies slides in to beat it back. Riley also start hitting .231 on the year, but has a .313 on base, 444 slugging, 8 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Gibson again checks Albies at first. Comes set, delivers, line drive, and it's going to be a base hit as Schwarber picks it up and throws to third. And Albies will remain put at second as the Braves now have runners on first and second with only 1 out. Camargo tried to jump to make that catch, but it was just over the glove. Just out of his reach. Now that'll bring up Adam Duvall, who will look to bring Albies home from second. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Albies represents the tying run in scoring position. Riley on first, representing the go-ahead run. Now Gibson getting ready to face Duvall. Now he's ready. He checks the runners. Oh, and time is called, and that pitch wouldn't count as time is called before the pitch was in motion. So still, runners at first and second with 1 out. Gibson looking to work out of a jam. And Duvall so far this season hitting .296 with runners in scoring position with 15 RBIs. Here's the stretch in the pitch. Fouled away as the count goes to 0-1 to Adam Duvall, the ex-Marlin. Now Gibson still looking to work out of a jam. 1 out, 2 men on. Now he comes set, checks the runner, delivers, low in the dirt, but Remuto kept it in front as it won't be far enough for the runners to advance, so they'll stay put at first and second with only 1 out. Now, Duvall getting back in the box. As he did a nice job laying off that pitch in the dirt to even up the count. Now Gibson comes set. Checks the runner at second. And delivers. Swing and a miss. Not 1-2 the count to Duvall. Now Gibson trying to limit the damage. Dansby Swanson on deck. Now Gibson has his sign, comes set. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball short, stopped by Camargo. Throw to second is in time for the force out. But the tying runs on third as they were not able to turn double play, but were able to get Riley at second. And the Braves looking to make a call as look and see if they should challenge the call. It's a pretty good stop by Camargo to keep the ball from entering the outfield. And that kept Albies from scoring. Wonder is if there's enough evidence to overturn. Oh, they're going to review it. Well, let's see what the umpire says. This angle's too close to call. Check out this one. That also looks too close to call in that view. Those are the only 2 angles they showed just now. Looks too close for me to call. But still, let's see what the umpire says, whether it's call stands or is overturned. Oh, they're ready to toe. Oh, the call stands, and now the Braves will lose their challenge already for tonight. Go ahead runner first, the tying run on third. There's a nice shot by Johan Camargo to dive to keep Albies at third. And now with 2 out, with runners at the corners, Gibson will try to work out of a jam against Swanson. And there's definitely not enough evidence to overturn on that call. On that force play with Riley. Now Swanson digs in. Gibson checks the runner at first. Delivers. Strike, and a count is 0-1 as Swanson takes a called strike to begin the at-bat. Swanson hitting .236 with 5 home runs and 20 RBIs to start the season. Runners take their leads. Gibson is ready. The pitch. Outside, and the count is even at 1-1. Swansby this season so far hitting .417 with 7 runs batted in with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Coming into this at-bat. Now Gibson comes set again. The pitch. Now the count is 2-1 as he takes a slider outside the zone to get ahead of the count. Gibson still trying to limit the damage here with 2 out in the bottom of the second. He again checks the runner at first. And now the 2-1 pitch to Swanson. Swing and a miss at an 88-mile-an-hour cutter to even the count back up at 2-2. Albies represented the tying run on third. Duvall represented the go-ahead run on first. As Gibson will look to end the inning here against Swanson. Gibson shakes out the sign. And again shakes off. The time is called by Swanson as he steps out of the box for a little bit. But now he's back in. 2-2 the count. 2 out. Runners at the corners. Bottom of the second. Phillies up 1-0. Gibson gets his sign. Delivers. Outside, and the count is full, 3-2. Duvall will be off and running on this pitch as Ronald Acuna Jr. waits on deck, who signaled to lead off the first. Now Gibson looks in again. Gibson pitching very carefully to Dansby Swanson. Here's the payoff pitch. Grounded foul, and the count remains 3-2. As Duvall will have to go back to first base. 40 pitches thrown already for Gibson. This will be his 41st coming up here. Gibson still trying to limit the damage. Gibson shakes off the sign. And now he's got a sign. He checks Duvall on first again. Duvall once again will be off on this pitch. And again, a 3-2 delivery. Swing and a line drive, and it's going to go foul as the count once again remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Those kind of hits I would usually consider scary foul balls. And Gibson is relieved that it didn't leave the yard. Because if it was fair, then it would have taken the run off the board for the Braves. But Gibson, again, checks Duvall on first. As his sign, and he's ready. And again, the 3-2 pitch. Grounded the foul, and again, the count remains at 3-2. Gives him with a full count. Runners at the corners. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat to Swanson from Gibson. Either a changeup, slider, slider, cutter, cutter, slider, slider, sinker. See if Gibson can get something good here as he's ready. And once again, the 3-2. Swing and a fly ball to left. It'll fall a base hit, and that's going to tie up the game. And now there's again runners at the corners with 2 out with Ronald Acuna Jr. coming up. The go-ahead runs on third. It was a really good piece of hitting there by Swanson, who really did a good job winning this battle. And Duvall got a great jump. Gibson not happy with it at all. Now Caleb Cotham's off to the mound to talk to Gibson, as he'll take word of advice from his pitching coach. And now Cotham heads back to the dugout. And Gibson will look to keep the game tight here against Alec Bohm interacting with Ron Washington. Hoskins interacting with Swanson at first. Now Ronald Acuna Jr. steps in. And Remuto giving out his communication to the infield as Gibson will look to try to end the inning here against Acuna. Gibson checks the runner at first. Comes set. Delivers. Foul off the catcher, and now it's 0-1 to Acuna. 44 pitches thrown by Gibson after the first pitch to Acuna, his second at bat. And he's the 6th batter to face here in the second for Gibson. Gibson looks in, checks the runner. Now he's set. Comes to the plate. Low in the dirt. 1-1, but Remuto able to keep it in front. That was a really good stop by JT Remuto. Gibson has his sign and comes set. Checks the runner on checks Swanson at first. Duvall on third, representing the go-ahead run. Now the 1-1. Strike on the top of the zone to make it a 1-2 count. Acuna so far 2 for 8 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, with struck out 4 times and walked twice. 22 pitches in the first, 24 here in the second. That's 46 total. Now Gibson again checks the runner on first. Looking to see if he can stop the bleeding. And now here comes the 1-2 pitch. High to even the count back up at 2-2. Gibson not happy with what he did there. Gibson has his sign. Again, checks the runner. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Grounded through the hole, a base hit. That'll put the Braves ahead 2-1 here with 2 out. As the runner and Braves still have runners on first and second with 2 out. Gibson unable to stop the bleeding against Acuna. And that's Acuna's now 2 for 2 with 2 singles to start the night. Now Gibson will look to keep this a run-run ball game. And with Contreras coming to the plate. He struck out his first time up. He represents the DH tonight for the Braves. Hitting .263 with 6 home runs, 9 RBIs. There's a .349 on base. Gibson has his sign and is ready. Here's the pitch. Low and away for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Gibson still trying to limit the damage here against the Braves. Here's the 1-0 to Contreras. Outside to make it 2-0. Gibson beginning to show early signs of fatigue. And Contreras so far this season, 1 for 7 with runner score position. He had a home run his only time so far this year coming into this at-bat. And now Contreras asks for time. That's 28 pitches thrown this inning for Kyle Gibson, who was acquired from the Rangers in the trade deadline last summer. Gibson checks the runner on second. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Check swing. He went, says the first base umpire, and the count is now 2-1 to William Contreras. That's the 51st pitch for Gibson. Gibson has his sign, come set. Now delivers the 2-1. Swing and a ground ball to the Gibson, and the throw to first is in time to end the inning. But not before the Braves got the 2 runs on the board. And now Quinn will lead off when we come back. Now Roman Quinn gets ready to lead off the top of the third, representing the tying run. Bermuda Quinn digs in. Here's the pitch. High and away for a ball, 1-0. There was a pretty strong throw there to throw out Contreras at home last night. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to center field, and Duvall sails under it, and he'll make the catch to record the first out. Gibson thought he had extra bases on that one. Quinn, I should say, thought that. Now Hoskins is up, as he'll look to get the offense back on track. Hitting .227 to start the year. He flew out his first time up. to center. Fried looks in and delivers. Strike on the outside edge to make it 0-1 to Hoskins. Rhys Hoskins looking to break out of a slump here. Here's the 0-1. Outside to even the count at 1-1. There's a 94-mile-an-hour sinker on that pitch. Now Hoskins back in the box. Here's the 1-1. Strike in the low and inside corner to make it 1-2. And Hoskins did not offer on that one. Hoskins not happy with the pitch, but it was a good call. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swaying in a line drive, but it's going to be caught by Ozuna for the second out. Hoskins thought he had extra base on that one. It was right on the nose, but straight to the left fielder. And now Alec Bohm is up, as he'll also look to try to break out of a big slump, which he might be in. He grounded out his first time up. Hitting .290 on the year. The pitch. Outside, 1-0. And Fried looks back in. Here's the 1-0 to Bohm. Just outside, and the count is now 2-0 to Alec Bohm, who's really starting to bounce back from his sophomore season last year so far. And now the 2-0 pitch. It's popped up, but it'll go foul on the first base side. Boom, digging back in. Fried looks in. Now the 2-1 pitch. Fouled away again, and the count is now 2-2. Now Fried getting ready to deliver the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Way inside to fill the count on a 94-mile-an-hour heater. Now Bohm will look to win a battle here with a full count. Bryce Harper on deck. Two out in the top of the third. Base is empty. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Now goes Bohm to end the inning. And the Phillies go down 1-2-3 in their half of the third. And it's still 2-1 Atlanta going into the bottom of the third. And Marcell Ozuna will lead off, followed by d'Arnaud and Olsen when we come back. Just had to turn on a little more light. And now we're about to get ready to start the bottom of the third with the Phillies trailing the Braves 2-1. Phillies with run on 2 hits. Braves with 2 runs on 5 hits. Each team with no errors. Now Marcell Ozuna getting ready to lead off. He flew out his first time up. Now Gibson ready to deliver. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, going 1 to Ozuna. Gibson looks in. He has his sign and he's ready. The 0-1. Low and away to even the count at 1. And the ball went all the way to the backstop. Gibson ready to deliver the 1-1 pitch. The time is called by Ozuna. And once again, Gibson ready to deliver the one. Gibson getting ready to deliver the 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. Inside, and Ozuna gets ahead of the count, 2-1. Now Gibson has a sign. Comes set. Delivers. Strike to even the count at 2-2 on an 84-mile-an-hour changeup. Pretty good changeup there on the inside edge of the strike zone by Kyle Gibson. Now it's getting ready to deliver the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Fouled off the knob of the bat to get the count to remain at 2-2. Thought it looked like hit it for a minute, but actually it didn't even hit his elbow guard. It just went off the middle of the bat. And nothing else before then. Now, Realmuto puts his finger down. Now the 2-2 pitch, again, grounded foul, and the count once again remains at 2-2. Gibson starting off with some signs of fatigue so far, as he's now at 58 pitches with nobody out in the bottom of the third. And once again, the 2-2 pitch. It's got him looking on a 92-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball in the outside corner. That's the 4th strikeout of the game for Gibson. This will be pitch number 60 coming up next. Once he gets ready to face d'Arnaud, who is coming up now. There was a pitcher's pitch to get Ozuna out on strikes. Gibson looks in. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside edge to make it 0-1 to Travis d'Arnaud, who's the starting catcher for the Braves tonight. That's 60 pitches for Gibson. Now the 0-1 pitch. Low and away in the dirt and to the backstop to make it 1-1. d'Arnaud ready. And Gibson ready. Has his sign and come set. Here's the 1-1 to d'Arnaud. Swing and a miss at a 90-mile-an-hour sinker to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes to d'Arnaud. d'Arnaud back in the box. Gibson back on the rubber. Gibson stares in. Now the 1-2 pitch. Low and away in the dirt on an 83-mile-an-hour slider to even the count back up in 2-2. Gibson once again shakes off the sign. And again, the time is called by d'Arnaud. And now d'Arnaud is back in the box. Gibson again shakes off sign. Now he has it. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Line drive to Schwarber, who is going to make the catch to record the second out. Schwarber had a good read on that ball and stayed under it to make the catch. Elton John is going to be one of the artists in the upcoming 2022 concerts for the Phillies. So those who are interested in attending those concerts, go to phillies.com/concerts. Now Olsen is up, batting fifth in the lineup for the Braves. Here comes the pitch. Fouled away to make it 0-1. Olsen struck out his first time up. Gibson stares in. The 0-1. Foul back. And now the count is 0-2 to Olsen. Gibson looking to keep this a 1-run ball game with 2 out in the bottom of the third, base empty, as he got the first 2 hitters to begin the inning. Gibson stares in. The 0-2 delivery. Inside for a ball, and the count is now 1-ball and 2 strikes to Matt Olson. And Gibson got Ozuna to strike out looking to open the inning. And then he got Garneau to line out to Schwarber for the second out. Gibson has a sign and delivers in the low and inside in the dirt to even the count at 2-2. Gibson still looking to keep this deficit within 1. Harper will lead off the top of the third. And now the 2-2 pitch. Grounded up the middle, but picked up by Segura, who throws the first, and it's in time to end the inning. And now it's still 2-1 Atlanta, heading into the top of the fourth, where Bryce Harper lead it off, followed by Nick Castellanos and Gene Segura when we come back. And now we're about to begin the top of the fourth, as the Phillies will try to get a run back. On this day in 1999, for the first time in Phillies history, according to the Chick-fil-A Nugget of the game, and just the third time overall in Major League Baseball, the starting battery shared the same surname, Joel Bennett, right-handed pitcher, and catcher Gary Burnett. The Phillies won 5-4 over the Expos. That's your Chick-fil-A Nugget of the game, according to NBC Sports Philly. Now Harper leads off. It lines to left, but it's caught by Ozuna to start, as Harper's out on one pitch. Harper tried to get extra bases on that, but it just didn't fall his way. And now Castellanos is up. Segura on deck. Castellanos grounded out his first time up. See if he gets something going here for the Phillies. Here's the pitch. Inside to make it a 1-0 count. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Freed at 40 pitches here the first third. Gives him a 69 pitches for the first 3 innings. Here's the 1-0 to Castellanos. Swing and a miss at an 84-mile-an-hour changeup, and that evens the count at 1-1. Castellanos is set, and so is Fried. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-2 on an 88-mile-an-hour slider. Phillies offense starting off slow tonight so far. Fried's really tough pitcher to deal with. Now the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away and on a 95-mile-an-hour heater, and the count remains at 1-2. Castellanos digging back in. Fried has his sign and is ready. And now the 1-2 pitch. Foul back to the screen, and the count again remains at 1-2 strikes. It was an 89-mile-an-hour changeup outside the zone, and Castellanos was just able to get a piece of that ball to keep the count alive, to keep the bat alive, I should say. Now Fried looks in. And again, the 1-2 pitch to Castellanos. Swing enough, blooper to right field. It'll fall a base hit. And now Castellanos is on, representing the tying run. And now Segura will come up to bat with one out as the go-ahead run, with Schwarber on deck. Really good piece of hitting there by Nick Castellanos, who signed a 5-year, $100 million deal this past offseason for the Phillies, which got the Phillies to exceed the luxury tax. Castellanos and Olsen interacted with each other. Segura singled his first time up and scored the run on JT Realmuto's sac fly to open the scoring. Now the pitch. High and away for a ball. 1-0 the count on a 72-mile-an-hour curveball. Castellanos still having an interaction with him. Takes his lead. Now Fried is ready. The 1-0 pitch. Grounded foul to even the count at 1-1. Looks like the shift is on Gene Segura. Here with 1 out, the man on. Segura looking to get the tying run into scoring position. Actually, not that kind of shift full, but just a little bit of a shift. Fried getting ready to deliver the 1-1 pitch to Gene Segura. Segura calls for time. Segura looking to get something going here for the Phillies here in the top of the fourth with 1 out and the tying run on first. Fried checks Castellanos, and now the 1-1 pitch outside, and Segura gets back ahead of the count, 2-1. Segura stepping back in. Fried is ready. Now the 2-1 to Segura. Swinging on a long fly ball to deep left, but it's going to be caught at the warning track by Ozuna for the second out. Segura really thought he had the distance on that ball. And Segura gave it a ride, but came up short. Now Schwarber will be coming up. This will be the 50th pitch for Fried. Segura thought that ball was gone, but just short. As Ozuna was able to make that catch on the warning track. He probably got under just a bit, or it's just a big ballpark the Phillies are playing in. Schwarber looking to turn things around here in the Phillies as he's 1 for 1 tonight. Coming into this at bat. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1 and on an 88-mile-an-hour slider. That's the 50th pitch for Fried. Nola and Bum interacting with each other in the dugout. Schwarber ready. Here comes the 0-1 to Schwarber. Low and away to even the count at 1-1. Schwarber singled his first time up. Which got Segura to third before Remuto hit a sac fly to bring Segura home to put the Phillies up 1-0, which stood until the bottom half of the second. Now Fried is ready. Here's the 1-1 to Schwarber. Foul back, and the count is now 1-2 strikes to Kyle Schwarber, who signed a 4-year, $79 million contract with the Phillies this past offseason and was part of the Chicago Cubs team that ended the longest title drought in sports history back in 2016, where the Cubs beat the Cleveland in 7 games in only their first trip since 1945. Now the 1-2 to Schwarber, way inside to even the count back up at 2-2. Of course, that Cubs team Schwarber was on. Cubs won the LCS in 6 games against the Dodgers to win their first pennant since 45, where they lost to the Tigers in 7, and their last title coming in 1908 until then, with the second straight series, in which both of the Cubs' only 2 World Series before then came against the Tigers, having a Tigers to Everest chance double play combination. And now the 2-2 to Schwarber in the dirt, and now the count is full, 3-2. Castellanos will be off and running on this pitch. As Schwarber still looking for something to hit. Here with 2 out in their Phillies half of the fourth. And now Schwarber asks for a little timeout. And now he's back in the box. Remuto on deck, who had the sac fly his first time up. And Fried steps off the mound. So once again, another timeout. Castellanos is going to be off and running on this pitch. Once again. And both Fried and Schwarber are really challenging each other, trying to slow each other down. Now Darno asked for time as he thought he was going to have timeout, but actually he's getting back behind the plate, and Schwarber getting back in the box. Fried getting back on the rubber. And now he's ready. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Schwarber on a 78-mile-an-hour curveball to end the inning. As Castellanos left stranded on first. And it's still 2-1 Braves heading into the bottom of the fourth. Ozzie Albies will lead off when we come back. Now the bottom of the fourth inning is about to get underway. As Gibson will once again look to keep this a one-run ball game. That was a pretty good curveball by Fried. Schwarber is really fooled on that one to end the top of the fourth. As he thought he had a fastball going into his wheelhouse. And now Gibson, ready. In there for a strike, 0-1. That's the 70 pitches for Schwarber. Gibson, not Schwarber. What was I thinking? Albies 1 for 1 with a single and scored a run. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. He did not go, and the pitch is in the dirt to even the count at 1-1. Gibson ready. Now the 1-1 pitch to Albies. Low and in, and Albies gets ahead of the count, 2-1. Now Gibson looking in for the sign. Now he's got it. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Way outside to make it a 3-1 count. Gibson looking very tired. As he already has 73 pitches here in the fourth. Gibson shakes off the sign. Now he has the sign. Come set. Now the 3-1 pitch. And he walked him. Gibson thought it was a strike. But it was just high to make it ball 4. Gibson not happy with that call. That was a pretty good take there by Albies. It was a pitcher's pitch, but just wasn't called a strike. Now Riley is up. Gibson checks Albies at first. Now he delivers inside for a ball, 1-0. Riley looking to add on to this 2-1 lead for the Braves. Gibson again checks Albies. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Low in the dirt, but kept in front by Remuto, as Albies will stay put at first. Riley got a single his first time up to get Albies second in last inning before he was stranded at third, and then scored the tying run. Gibson again checks Albies at first base. And now the 2-0 pitch. Strike on the edge to make it 2-1. Albies takes his lead off first. Gibson checks him again. Has his sign. Comes set. Now the 2-1 pitch. Right down the chute to make it a 2-2 count to Riley. I'll see 3 for 6 in stolen bases so far this year. Now Gibson again checks Albies at first. Has his sign and he's ready. The pickoff throw to first, not in time, as Albies beat it back easily. Now Albies again takes his lead off first. Gibson says yes to the sign, checks the runner again. And a pickoff throw to first again, not in time. Gibson's still trying to keep Albies from getting into scoring position. He's 63 for 79 lifetime in stolen bases, that Ozzy Albies. He's getting checked by Gibson, who now has his sign and come set. Now the 2-2 pitch to Riley. Swing and a fly ball to right, but it's going to go foul, and the count remains 2-2. This will be pitch number 80 for Gibson. Riley digs in. Albies off first. Gibson checks him at first. He comes set. Now comes to the plate. Oh, but he steps off the mound, actually, for a little bit, as he's trying to pitch, and he's pitching very carefully to Austin Riley. Albies on first. Gibson back on the rubber, getting ready to deliver the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Low and away, and the count is full, 3-2. It was on a slider at 83 miles an hour. That's 80 pitches for Gibson. Gibson looking to avoid damage. And Albies again leads off first. Gibson shakes yes to the sign, checks the runner again. Here's the payoff pitch. There goes Albies. Swaying in the miss. And here's the throw to second. It's in time for a strikeout throughout double play. Really good throw by JT. And Gibson got Riley to swing and miss at a 3-2 pitch. And Remuto did a great job to throw Albies out at second. Oh, now the athletic trainer coming out to check on JT to see if his finger's okay, his hand's okay. Giving a good grip. Really nice heads up play there. Riley kind of got in Realmuto's way there, but Realmuto is still lucky. He got always caught stealing at second. And now Joe Girardi and the athletic trainer are heading back to dugout, and it appears Realmuto will remain in this game. And now Adam Duvall's coming up to the plate with 2 out, bases empty. After getting Riley to strike out, swing on a 3-2 pitch, and get Albies caught stealing at second. Gibson has his sign. Comes set. And delivers. In there for the strike down the middle to make it 0-1 to Duvall. Duvall grounded into a force out. Fielder's choice his first time up, but scored a run to give the Braves a 2-1 lead following that RBI single by Ronald Acuna Jr., who is currently in the hole. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to first, past Hoskins as Duvall beat the shift. As now Swanson will come up as Gibson will still look to limit the damage again with Acuna on deck. Rhys Hoskins dived, but it was just out of the reach of his glove. Rhys thought he had it, but never touched his glove. Swanson had an RBI single to tie up the game his first time up. Here comes the pitch. Line drive past Bohm, and now the Braves have runners on first and second with 2 out as Acuna will come up as the Braves threaten again with 2 men on base. Bohm actually thought he had that ball, but it's a single as it got past him. Gibson will once again look to work out of a jam here against Acuna, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI so far tonight. Hitting .297 with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. Gibson looking in, has his sign and is ready. And Acuna asks for time, as Gibson will have to wait a little bit to deliver the first pitch to Acuna. Looking to avoid giving Acuna his third hit. Gibson now at 84 pitches. There were 2 out in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch to Acuna. In there on the corner for a strike, 0-1. There was a pretty strong pitch. Gibson gave Acuna on the outside corner. Gibson stares in. Acuna again asks for time. Now he's back in the box. So far, hitting .286 with runners in scoring position this season is Ronald Acuna Jr. Gibson checks the runner at second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside and tight for a ball, 1-1. That's the 86th pitch for Gibson. Gibson trying to work out of a jam. See if he can stop the bleeding here against Atlanta. Here's the 1-1 offering. Low and away, and Acuna gets ahead of the count, 2-1. Contreras is on deck. Phillies now have activity in the bullpen as Norwood starts to get loose. And now Gibson has his sign, is ready. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, as said the third base umpire. And now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ronald Acuna Jr. with 2 on and 2 out. 88 pitches for Gibson after that called second strike to even the count. Now Gibson looking to see if he can get Acuna to escape the jam. Now Gibson ready to deliver the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Got him looking. And now Gibson escapes the jam. And once again, keep this a 1-run game. Acuna not happy with the pitch, but it was an excellent call. And now the Phillies will come back. And now we're getting ready to start the top of the 5th. Bryce Harper figurine giveaway to all fans. A bobble figurine. Yeah. As Phillies home game on June 10th. Free to all fans. Now Remuto leads off. Here's the pitch. Low, high and away, 1-0. Remuto had the sac fly to put the Phillies up 1-0 in the top of the second his last time up. As I look to get something going here for the Phillies. Here's the 1-0. Outside to make it 2-0 to JT. Now Remuto digging back in. Here's the 2-0 pitch. In there for the strike, just on the top of the zone to make it 2-1. That sac fly gave him his 11th RBI of the year. And now the 2-1. Just over the top of the zone to make it 3-1. Fried looks in. Ryuto headed the count 3-1. The pitch. Swing and a fly ball to left, but Ryuto get under it, and Duvall will settle under it to make the catch for the first out. Phillies still only with 3 hits, coming in with 1 out in the top of the 5th. That's 60 pitches for Max Fried. Now Camargo is up. Here's the pitch. Low and away to make it 1-0. Now Camargo steps back in. Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss at an 86-mile-an-hour changeup to even the count at 1-1. Max Fried really fooled Johan Camargo with a changeup. And Camargo asks for time as they'll try to slow Max Fried down. And out, he's back in the box. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to second. Always picks it up, throws the first, and the throw is in time for the second out. Camargo slid the first to try to beat the throw, but just didn't beat it. He got it through the hole. Camargo thought he was safe. Looks too close to call from there. And now Camargo heads back to the dugout. The Phillies won't review that. Might make sense because there's no evidence to overturn that. Now Quinn is up with 2 out and base is empty. Here's the pitch. Ryuto showed bunt and held back, but it's a strike and to make it 0-1. Quinn not happy with the call. He flew out his first time up. As Quinn will again look to get something going here. Now the 0-1 to Quinn. Swing and a miss at a 75-mile-an-hour curveball. Nothing in 2. Quinn trying to keep the inning alive here. Now Fried delivers. Low and away in the dirt. 1-2 the count to Roman Quinn. Top of the order is on deck. Starting with Rhys Hoskins. Now Quinn digs back in. Fried shakes out the side. Now he's got it. Low and away in the dirt to even the count at 2-2. Now Quinn back in the box once again. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside, and the count is full, 3-2. Quinn looking to get on base for Hoskins. Here with 2 out in the top of the 5th. And here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Down he goes on a slider. And now, again, 2-1 Braves going into the bottom of this 5th. And Kyle Gibson going back to the mound. And Contreras will lead off when we come back. Miller Lite, a proud partner of the Phillies. It's Miller time. Wheeler, Nola, and Eflin interacted with each other. That was before the game today. And it's a 1-2-3 punch. Zach Wheeler had his last start yesterday, 10 Ks on 2 earned runs. Nola with 4 earned runs, 9 Ks. Zach Eflin with 2 earned runs and 12 Ks against the Dodgers 2 days ago. Now, William Contreras will lead off, bottom of 5th. Here's the pitch. Just outside to make it a 1-0 count. That's 90 pitches for Gibson. Here's the 1-0 to Contreras. Inside, 2-0. Gibson trying to, again, keep this a 1-run ball game here in the bottom of the 5th. Now the 2-0 to William Contreras. Low and in to make it 3-0. Gibson in a little bit of danger here, losing against Contreras, who struck out and grounded out his first 2 times up tonight. Marcell Ozuna on deck. Now the 3-0 offering. Swing and a miss, 3-1. Gibson stares in. Now he has his sign. Come set. And a 3-1 pitch. In there, and the count is full, 3-2. That's the 94th pitch for Gibson. Marcell Ozuna on deck. Gibson has his sign, is ready. And now the 3-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on an 83-mile-an-hour slider for the first out. Gibson first had him a 3-0, but now he gets him on a swing on a 3-2 pitch. That's his 7th strikeout of the game. And now Ozuna is up. Really fooled him with that slider. Contreras was not happy with what he did there. Norwood still warming up in the Phillies bullpen. Now Gibson getting ready to face Ozuna. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Phillies down 2-1. And here's the pitch. Just outside, 0-1. Marcell Ozuna flat out and struck out his first 2 times up. Struck out looking his last time up. Gibson's ready. The 1-0 pitch popped up behind the plate, but it'll go foul. And that evens the count at 1-1. This probably might be Gibson's last inning for tonight. Gibson back on the rubber. Now he has his sign. And he delivers the 1-1. Way inside. And Ozuna gets ahead of the count 2-1. He's had 157 opponents average first time through, second time through 359, and 214 third time through the lineup for tonight. And now the 2-1 to Ozuna. Swing and a miss at an 84-mile-an-hour changeup to even the count back up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty. 2-1 Phillies. This will be pitch number 100 on the night for Kyle Gibson. As he's now at his 99th pitch. Now he's ready. Has his sign and comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Way low and away in the dirt. 3-2. And that's the second full count of the inning for Gibson. You got Contreras swinging at a 3-2 pitch to start the bottom of fifth. Now let's see if he can do the same thing against Ozuna here with 1 out. And here's the payoff pitch. Grounded foul, and the count remains full. Gibson looking very tired. Ozuna not happy with what he did. Frustrated at fouling the ball off. But the young fan gets to keep that for a souvenir. Now Gibson looks in, and he's ready. Shakes up. He gets his sign. Oh, and time is called by Ozuna as he steps out of the box. And now Gibson stares in again. And again, the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Ozuna. And that's the second time he struck out tonight. And that's the 8th strikeout of the ball game for Gibson. And he'll now look to, and now d'Arnaud, that'll bring up d'Arnaud. Now Gibson will look to end the inning here against d'Arnaud with Olsen on deck. He's back at the rubber, and now the pitch. In there for a strike on the top of the zone, and nothing in 1 the count. d'Arnaud is over 2 tonight. Gibson looks in. And now the 0-1 pitch. Swing, check the swing, and he went. And now the count is 0-2 as he went on his check swing at the top of the zone. He struck out and lined out his first 2 times up. Gibson from the stretch delivers the 0-2 to pitch. Fouled away, and the count remains 0-2. Gibson stares in again. And again, the 0-2 delivery. Ground ball toward the shortstop. Camargo with a throw to first in time to end the inning as the Braves go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 5th. And it's still 2-1 Atlanta as we head to the 6th, where we'll have top of the order due up when we come back. Gene Segura is the Philly of the week coming into this game, this series, this week, rather. Here. Excuse me. And Gene Segura really had a good series at Dodger Stadium last week. And now the top of the sixth inning is about to get underway, as Gibson's night is probably done by now, as he only gave 2 runs through 5 innings on nearly 110 pitches, but has 8 strikeouts and only 1 walk. And now Hoskins will lead off the top of the 6th against Fried, who is currently at 69 pitches. Phillies with only 3 hits so far tonight coming into the 6th inning. Here's the pitch to Hoskins. In there for a strike, 0-1 on an 86-mile-an-hour slider. Hoskins looking to get something going here for Phillies. That's 70 pitches for Fried. Hoskins digging back in. Now the 0-1 pitch. Another slider low and in to even the count at 1-1. Hoskins flew out and lined out his first 2 trips to the plate so far tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right field, but got under it as Acuna settled under it to make the catch to start the top of the 6th for the first out. And now Bohm is up with 1 out, base is empty. Tomorrow's game, Ranger Suarez will challenge Charlie Morton. Suarez 4-2 with a 4.12 ERA. Morton with a 3-3 record and a 4.95 ERA. Each pitcher with 8 starts heading into tomorrow. Suarez with 33 strikeouts. Morton with 37. And they both have a 1.45 walks to inning space. Here's the pitch to Bohm. Way inside, and the count is 1-0. Bohm representing the tying run. A little wind going on in Atlanta right now. Bohm's grounded out and struck out his first 2 times up. Now the 1-0 pitch, just on the edge for a strike to even the count at 1-1 on a 74-mile-an-hour curveball. This will be the 7th pitch for Fried. Bohm digging in. The 1-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive, and it's going to split the gap and go all the way to the wall. And Bohm will dig into second with a double. Bohm thinking third, but he'll remain put at second as Bohm represents the tying run, and with Harper coming up to the go-ahead run. And that's a 4-game hit streak for Bohm, as Harper will come up with the tying run scoring position with only 1 out. Really solid piece of hitting there by Bohm. That's the 6th double of the year for Bohm. Duvall checking his strategy card. Now Harper digs in. Looking to get something going here with the Phillies. He grounded out and lined out his first 2 times up. Fried, look, guys, the sign comes out. Here's the pitch. Low and away in the dirt, and it gets bad, and that Bohm will advance to third on a wild pitch. As now the Phillies have the tying run on third with only 1 out. It just went off his glove and gone all the way to the back. There was plenty of room to allow Bohm to go to third on that pitch. And actually, it was a pass ball that made the scorer's decision, not a wild pitch. Here's the 1-0 to Harper. Ground ball through the hole, a base hit, and Bohm will score the tying run. As Harper goes to the second, and he beats it for the double. And now Harper representing the go-ahead run as in second with only 1 out. And Castellanos coming to the plate. Really solid job by Harper. That's the 5th hit allowed by Fried. A really fundamental hitting by Harper. That's the 15th double for Bryce this season. Now, Castellanos, 1 for 2 tonight. He singled this last time up. Look at the bring home Harper from second with 1 out. Here, and Fried asks for time as he faked, but no balk. Castellanos has 5 home runs and 21 RBIs so far this season, as he'll look to get Harper home from second here with only 1 out in the top of the 6th, with the game tied at 2. And here's the pitch to Castellanos. Outside for a ball, 1-0, and a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Castellanos hitting .256 so far this season with runners in scoring position with 14 RBIs. Now Castellanos digs in. Fried looks in, checks Harper at second. Here's the 1-0. Fouled away to the right side and on a 95-mile-an-hour heater to even the count at 1-1. This would be pitch number 80 on the night for Fried. Castellanos stepping back in, looking for something he can hit. Shift it on a little bit for Castellanos. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a fly ball to going foul, and now it's 1-2 to Castellanos. He tried to look for a pitch to drive, but it was just off the end of the bat, but it went foul, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Castellanos. Castellanos looking to capitalize on that game-time double by Harper. That's 80 pitches thrown already for Max Fried. Fried gets ready. Checks Harper at second. Delivers the 1-2. Oh, time is called as he steps off the mound to keep Harper from it. See if Harper was trying to advance to third, which he hasn't yet. Now Fried looks in for the sign. Count 1-2. Castellanos stakes back in the box. Once again, trying to get Harper home from second. Now Fried is ready. He delivers the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away again, and the count once again remains 1-2. Whoa, and what was that? The glove must have slipped off of Acuña's hand as he tried to pick out the ball. Castellanos really battling it off so far right now, as he'll look to win the battle here with the 1-2 count, with the Phillies having the go-ahead run in scoring position with only 1 out, and Gene Segura on deck. And once again, the 1-2 pitch to Castellanos. He takes a pitch in the dirt to even the count at 2-2, and that was a 90-mile-an-hour changeup. Fried's got blazing left-handed speed on his fastball. Castellanos digs back in. Now Fried is ready. Delivers the 2-2 pitch. Got him looking, and now Castellanos becomes a strikeout victim as the Harper will stay put at second with 2 out, with Segura coming up to the plate. It was a pretty good curveball he gave him. And now Segura will look to bring Harper home from second. Segura's 1 for 2 so far tonight. Phillies still looking to capitalize on that game-time double with Bryce Harper. Segura asks for time. Segura 1 for 2 with single and scored a run. Hitting .297 on the year with a .345 on base, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs. Now the pitch. Low and in the dirt. 1-0 to Segura. Segura so far 6 for 18 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position with a home run and 7 RBIs. Struck out 3 times and walked. Schwarber on deck. Segura still looking to keep the inning alive here. The top of the 6th with 2 out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High, and the count is now 2-0 to Segura. And an 86-mile-an-hour changeup. That's 85 pitches for Max Fried. Phillies trying to trying to keep working up his pitch count. Fried gets his sign and comes set. Now here's the 2-0 pitch. High, and the count is now 3-0. Fried trying not to lose another hitter here before Schwarber comes up. Now Fried steps off the mound and asks for time. Oh, they already walked Segura intentionally here. So now Schwarber will come up with 2 on and 2 out and will look to give the Phillies the lead. As Harper represents the go-ahead run on second. Nobody on third. And Schwarber singled his last time up. Struck out a single his first time up, then struck out his first time up, I should say. Now Schwarber in a big spot. And here's the pitch. In there for a strike. 96 miles an hour on that fastball to make it 0-1. And Braves now have Colin McHugh warming up in the bullpen. As Fried is now at 87 pitches. Here at 2 on 2 out in the top of the 6th. Schwarber trying to looking to get Harper home from second with 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. Foul back. And Schwarber got it off the end of bat, but it grounded back foul to make it 0-2. Schwarber not happy with that. Hit it 2 for 19 so far with 2 outs and runners in scoring position with 3 runs batted in, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a double. Schwarber looking to see if Schwarber can break out of that slump here with 2 on 2 out at the top of the 6th with the game tied at 2. Now Fried is ready in the 0-2 delivery. Low and away in the wild pitch. And now Harper advances to third on the wild pitch. And Segura advances to second. Now the Phillies have 2 men in scoring position with 2 out. As the runners advance on the wild pitch. Contreras feeling a little pain. And now the athletic trainer is on his way out as he'll look to see if Contreras is okay. But the ball hit the knee pad of his shin guard. Oh, yeah. He did hit the knee protector of his shin guard. But now he's okay. This will be the 90th pitch on the 9th for Fried. Schwarber behind the count, 1-2. That was actually a pass ball again, not a wild pitch. Excuse me. And now the 1-2 the count to Schwarber. 2 men in scoring position, 2 out. As Harper will look to keep something going here for the Phillies. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Popped up behind the plate, but it'll go foul, and the count again remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schwarber looking to capitalize here for the Phillies. As looks like the shift is on Schwarber with 2 man score position, 2 out. Fried at 90 pitches coming into and now here we go again with the 1-2 pitch. fouled away, and once again, the count remains at 1-2. Schwarber really starting to battle it off so far, this at-bat. Seeing if he could, Schwarber trying to see if he could bring home Harper from third. Here with 2 out. Now Schwarber digs in. Free back on the rubber. And here we go again with the 1-2 pitch. And Schwarber takes low and away to even the count at 2-2. J.C. Realmuto is on deck. And Schwarber will look to trying to bring Realmuto back up to the plate here at 2 out in the top of the 6th. He's digging back in. Now Fried stares in. Has his sign and comes set. And Schwarber asks for time as he'll look to slow Fried down here with 2 out in 2-man scoring position with the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Schwarber back in the box. And Fried looks in again. Now the 2-2 pitch. Foul back, and the count remains 2-2. Schwarber trying to get the go-ahead run home from third. Harper representing the go-ahead runs only 90 feet away here with 2 out in the top Phillies half of the 6th. After Segura intentionally walked. And he was now on second with Harper advancing a pass ball. Now here's the 2-2 pitch again. Inside, he checked his swing. Did it go? No. And now the count is full, 3-2 with 2-man scoring position, 2 out. Schwarber looking to win the battle here with the count full. He just held in time. That was a nice job holding up there by Schwarber. Fried looks in again. And now the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4, and that loads the bases for J.T. Realmuto. That was a fastball at 98 miles an hour. Now Snicker going out to the mound, and that may be it for Fried. He's taking no chances at all. Yep, that's it. Here he goes. Yep, that's it for Fried. He's at least talking to Fried right now, actually. He didn't point his finger at all. And now at least Fried in the game. Fried at 95 pitches with 2 out in the top of the 6th. Game tied at 2. Bases loaded with J.C. Realmuto coming to the plate. And Realmuto looking to capitalize here with bases loaded. As Harper remains put at third, representing the go-ahead run, 90 feet away. Schwarber on first with a walk. Segura on second. Now Realmuto will look to do some damage here with bases loaded, 2 out. He's hit 257 lifetime with bases loaded and has 4 grand slams. So far, he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout with bases loaded this year. Here's the pitch to Realmuto. Low in the dirt, and it gets past, but the runners will have to stay put, and the count is 1-0 to Realmuto. And that will count as a fastball or a wild pitch. Now that the runners had to stay put, it was Realmuto checked his swing. Realmuto tried to single, but the runner stayed because it wasn't far enough for Harper to score. That's 96 pitch for Fried. Realmuto trying to do some damage here against the Braves. So base loaded 2 out in the top of 6 with the game tied at 2. And now the 1-0 pitch. Strike at the top of the zone to even the count at 1-1 on an 89-mile-an-hour slider. Realmuto had a sac fly his first time up. And Realmuto will look to get another RBI here with 2 out. Now the 1-1 pitch. Fouled away, and the count is 1-2. There was a fastball at 95 miles an hour. This would pitch number 99 for Fried. Realmuto trying to put the Phillies ahead here with bases loaded. Big scoring chance here for the Phillies. Here with 2 out in the top of the 6th. Atlanta fans on their feet right now. Fried trying to escape a jam here. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Realmuto and a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And the Phillies leave bases loaded, and the game is still tied at 2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. And Matt Olson will lead off when we come back. Excuse me one second. Hey, sorry, I just had to get my charger cord for my computer. Now, the bottom of the 6th is about to get underway as each team with 2 runs. Phillies with 5 hits, Braves with 7, and neither team committed an error so far tonight, heading here to the bottom of the 6th. Looks like Mr. Freeze won another race here at Truist Park. Now Gibson is out of the game. So now Norwood will face the Braves here in the bottom of the 6th as he'll try to keep the game tied. Where the Phillies, once they reach the top of the 7th, will have 8-9 at top of the order due up. Norwood 1-0 for 14 games this season. Unfortunately, a 7.11 ERA, but has a 2.24 opponent's average in 12 2/3 innings pitched. Here's the pitch to Olson. Low and in for a ball, 1-0 to Matt Olson. Now Norwood looks in. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Foul away to even the count at 1-1 on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low in the dirt to make it 2-1 as Olsen gets back ahead of the count. Will Smith warming up in the Braves bullpen. Norwood stares in. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a high heater at 96 miles an hour to make it even the count back up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He busted him in. Olsen struck out and grounded out his first 2 times up. Now the 2-2 pitch. Fouled away again, and the count remains 2-2. Norwood trying to keep the Braves off the board here in the bottom of the 6th. Now he stares in. The 2-2 pitch, again, high, and the count goes full, 3-2. Norwood in this first inning of relief, pitching very carefully to Olsen. Count 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. Swinging at a high drive, but it goes off. Oh, it's off the pole, and now the Braves go back on top 3-2 on a solo shot by Olsen. It went 108.1 miles an hour off the bat and 404 feet the estimated distance. And now Norwood would have to keep this a 1-run game. Olsen has great power. Phillies had to shift on him, but things just didn't fall their way. That's the 8th hit for the Braves offense. Low in the dirt, 1-0 to Albies, who's 1-for-1 with a single and a walk. Here's the 1-0 to Albies. Swing and a miss at a 92-mile-an-hour splitter to even the count at 1-1. And now Norwood stares in. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled away. And now it's a 1-2 count to Albies. Albies sticking back in the box. Norwood looks in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low in the dirt to even the count back up in 2-2. Olsen has 1 home run to left, 1 to center, 3 home runs to right, and the home runs by direction for this year so far. Here's the pitch. Ground ball into the shift, and boom with a throw to first, and it'll go on the, and Albies beats it out. Boom tried as hard as he could, but Albies was able to beat it out easily. He would have been safe even with a straight throw. Now Riley's coming up. 1-for-2 with a single. Norwood trying to limit the damage. Here's the pickoff throw to first, not in time. Now Norwood again looks in. Here's the pitch. Line drive, base hit through the hole. And now the Braves are threatening again with 2 men on base. As Albies advance to second. Now 2 men on, nobody out. And the Braves have it the 6th. Spohn tried to dive to make the catch, but it was just out of his reach. Now Caleb Cotham on his way to the mound to talk it over with Norwood. And Bellotti beginning to warm up in the Phillies bullpen as Caleb Cotham headed back to the mound. Norwood will now try to work out of a jam. Now Braves fans have the chop chant going. Now Duvall is up with 2 on, nobody out. The pitch in the dirt, but kept in front, and it's a 1-0 count, as the runners will stay put. Now Norwood back on the rubber. Behind the count 1-1. Duvall asks for time. Norwood once again looking in to see if he can stop the bleeding. The 1-0 pitch. Low and away, and the count is 2-0. Now Norwood looks in for a sign. He comes set. Now the 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0. Norwood really showing signs of fatigue in his so far only inning in relief for tonight. Swanson on deck. Now here's the 3-0 pitch. Foul back to make it 3-1. Now Norwood looks in again. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Braves are 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Inside, and that'll load the bases for Swanson. And Acuna is on deck. Joe Girardi not happy. Oh, it looks like, and Joe Girardi's on the stairwell. Now he's going to the mound. It looks like he might bring in Bellotti the pitch. Nope. Oh, yep. That's it for Norwood, as Norwood head back to the dugout. Now the Braves have base loaded, nobody out in their half of the 6th. The Phillies down 3-2. Now Bellotti will come in the pitch when we come back. And Norwood was responsible for the base loaded with nobody out following that go-ahead solo homer by Matt Olson, as he allowed 3 hits, 1 run, and it's earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. And now Bellotti with a 1-0 in 13 games with a 2.38 ERA with 11 1/3 innings pitched, and hitters hitting .214 against him. Only 1 home run allowed by Bellotti. Swanson up, as Bellotti will look to limit the damage. Dansby hitting .323 lifetime with base loaded, 2 grand slams coming into this at bat. As he'll look to add on to this lead for the Braves. Now here's the pitch. Outside, 1-0. And now Norwood back on the rubber. The 1-0 pitch. Popped up, but it'll go foul to even the count at 1-1. Swanson 2 for 2 tonight, as he'll look to make it a 3-hit game here with base loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Bellotti trying to limit the damage to see if he could stop the bleeding, with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th, with the Phillies down 3-2. And here's the 1-1 pitch. It's swaying in that. It's foul. Did it hit him? Nope, it was foul. And now it's a 1-2 count to Swanson. Looked pretty close though. Yep, it went off just the middle of the bat, or maybe the knob. It's hard to tell from the angle. Now, Bellotti to look to set down Swanson with Acuna on deck. Now the 1-2 pitch, low and away to even the count back up in 2-2. Dansby Swanson 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI. Bellotti has his sign and come set. Here's the 2-2 offering. Foul back, and the count remains 2-2. Bellotti trying to stop the bleeding here in the 6th. Phillies had an opportunity to take the lead with base loaded with Burbuto, but he struck out swinging to strand base loaded to keep the game tied at 2 before Matt Olson led off this half of the inning with a solo homer off the foul pole. And now Bellotti has the sign and come set. And again, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. They got him for the first out. And now he'll look to keep the runners from advancing against Acuna. Here with 1 out, base loaded in the bottom of 6. Phillies down 3-2. He blew it right by Swanson in that 2-2 pitch for the first out. That was 6 pitches on that at bat. And that's his total pitch count right now, as Swanson was the first hitter faced. Now, Acuna, 2 for 3 so far, 2 singles and RBI. He struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch. High and away for a ball, 1-0. Bellotti trying to escape a base-loaded jam, with the Phillies down by 1 here in the Braves half of the 6th. And the 1-0 pitch. Low to make it a 2-0 count. Girardi was not happy with what Norwood did to start the bottom of the sixth. Acuna hitting .345 lifetime with base loaded, 29 bats and grand slams. 0 for 1 so far with an RBI this year coming into this at bat. Now the 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and the count is now 2-1 to Ronald Acuna Jr., who's currently one of those active players who has 5-tool talent, which you usually don't see very often nowadays. Now Bilotti looking in. Now he has his sign and come set. And now the 2-1 pitch, low and away to make it 3-1. Acuna's got really good discipline at the plate. And Bilotti trying to keep this a one-run ball game. And now Bilotti back on the rubber. Acuna back in the box. Bilotti is set. And delivers the 3-1. Foul back to fill the count. And now Bilotti looking to set down Acuna here with the count full, with base loaded, 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch. Fly ball to center. Might be deep enough to score a run. Quinn is settling under it, and he makes the catch. And here's the throw home, and the runners get a score. And now it's a 4-2 Braves lead. As now Bilotti will look to keep this a 2-run game, a 2-on and 2 out, with Contreras coming to the plate. And that's the 10th hit allowed by Phillies pitching tonight. I mean, actually, that was before Acuna came up. It was a sac fly. It was really... Acuna got under it, but was able to get a run in. Acuna thought he had him on that straight throw, but Albies was just too quick. It would have been a great play, though, if he got him out. But we're still going to have to keep this 2-run game to avoid damage. Here's the pitch to Contreras. Low and away for a ball, and the count is 1-0 to William Contreras, who's 0 for 3 tonight and struck out twice. Blight gets set and delivers the 1-0. He checked his swing. Did he go? Yes. And the count is even at 1-1. And now Bilotti back on the rubber. Looking to limit the damage. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and away, and the count is now 2-1 to William Contreras, who struck out twice and grounded out his first 3 trips to the plate. Bilotti trying to keep this a 2-run game. Now he's set. Checks the runners. He comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. And the count is back even at 2-2. Now let's see if Bilotti can finish off Contreras here to keep this a close game to end the 6th. And the Phillies will have 8-9 top of the order due up in the top of the 7th. Blotty's ready. When time is called, and that pitch won't count, as when Contreras called time before the pitch was in motion. And now Bellotti still looking to limit the damage here with 2 on, 2 out. The Phillies down by 2 in the Braves half of the 6th. Here we go with the 2-2 pitch. Low and away in the dirt, ball 3, and the count is full, and the runners stay put. And the runners are going to be off and running on this pitch. And Nozuna's on deck. Realmuto just tried to block it a little too quickly. Bellotti looking in for the sign. And he's got it. And here's the 3-2 delivery. Got him looking. And now he escapes the jam. And it's still 4-2 Braves as we head to the 7th. And Camargo will lead off the inning when we come back. And actually, I'm not going to sign off. So let's hope the Phillies can get their offense breaking out top of 7th. And hopefully just come back and pull out a victory to avoid a series loss. See you around, ladies and gentlemen.